I generally love animals, and I prefer games where you help them rather than shoot them in video games. So this is on PS5, taking a look at the console edition. It just came out a couple of days ago. I was going to pre-order it, but I was on the fence, so I missed out on the Komodo Dragon and stuff. I'll probably never be able to get it. As the developer stated, they will probably never release it, even though on PC, the deluxe edition included said things. These were a pre-order bonus. You don't pre-order it, you don't get the bonus. So with the settings, let's take a look quickly at those. Master volume by default's at 100. You can crank it higher. I turned off the music so it's not as distracting. Sound effects volume. Voice volume. Excuse me, mute. In-world music, play soundtrack in pause mode only. Vibration. Mute non-voice audio. Blah, blah, blah. Movement, speed, rotate, zoom. Camera behavior. You can take a look at this quickly if you want to pause and read that. Set the brightness. For the display, there's no other settings. There's interface scale. Subtitle color, color vision deficiency, disable all hints, show boundaries, show news at game startup units, meters, kilometers, all that fun stuff. Celsius or Fahrenheit, pounds or kilograms. Disable animal alerts, all the other types of alerts, you can see them here. You can disable them if you want. This is your global settings. Disable terrain collision, track collision. You want hints. Avatar zoo zoo visitors. Reduce animal aging. The difficulty. Easy, medium, hard. I'm definitely going on easy. I suck at these games. And then the zoo complexity meter, as we know. You won't be able to add anything else once you hit that complexity limit, and the animals will stop breeding. I almost said bleeding. So let's resume. This is the tutorial. Just like with all games, what I normally do, or I try to do, unless I get really bored of the game and delete it, is I try to record 2-3 videos just to kind of get an inkling. And right away, upon my first impression compared to the PC version, is that it runs better so far, even in here. So the left analog stick is this. You move around, and it's very buttery smooth. The right analog stick is your tilt, which is wonderful, because the keyboard controls by default suck ass. Which, by the way, you can use mouse keyboard on console. And then your left trigger, or to aim down, is zoom out, and to zoom in, it's RT. So it's like a city skyline. It's just absolutely insane how nice the controls are, and the performance, how it's just not like lagging like a mad bastard. I mean, even if I get right in here with a bunch of people and I start moving around, like, this is not normal behavior, as I'm not able to do this on my PC. That can run Red Dead Redemption 2, even though that's an old game too. So is this. This game's already half a decade old. I can run that bitch at 60 FPS on high settings. I can only run this on my PC, the same PC, at 30 FPS on medium. So it's much better on console for me. Go to the grizzly bear. Yeah, so let's just do this, where I'm actually given something.
That grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year. Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too.
No, I wouldn't, thanks.
Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Welfare, nutrition, social
This
habitat, its enrichment.
All kinds of information about
Want
your
to call a
animal.
vet,
The
call
most
a keeper.
important thing being its overall welfare.
You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera from inside its information panel?
Nice graphics.
See, now this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals.
Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Did you now? Now that heat map thing, I hope I can get rid of that. I can't seem to get rid of that. I mean, it's nice and all, but I don't really give a shit about it. Actually, give me a minute. Let me just see if I can get rid of that. That would be under the... What did I say it was called? The hell was it called? Heat sensing something. I don't want to see that crap. I'll look later. Maybe it's in there somewhere. And I just don't know where it is. We gotta go somewhere else. There we go. That big glowing thing. That's probably where we need to go. I still can't get over the performance so far.
Panthera Leo Leo. All the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome.
Oh, don't start with me, Nancy.
I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs
Well,
doing
this
there.
looks pretty empty to me. Oh. There we go. Well, look at you, you little Oh, I clicked on the bush. There we go, Elisa, the West African lion. Don't ask me what that was. That kind of weird accent I was doing. I don't know what that's about. Locate the empty habitat. I think it's because we're going to put some boars in there. I only remember this from the PC, but I never actually finished it. I only ever played the game for like an hour or so, and I bought it like years ago.
See, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
I mean, I could have... Whatever. Alright, animals. Animal market. I think it's where it said.
There
And
we are.
then...
A pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just select them and choose Adopt. Normally,
adopt.
the animal exchange would be full of animals.
Adopt.
But I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Yeah, you said that to me the last time. So now do I click on send to zoo or not?
When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade center, where they're
Oh.
held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
I actually got stuck on PC with this because I didn't understand. So I'll do send to zoo. Right? Right there. But now, how do I do the other one? That's only one of them. That's what I'm confused about. Like, I have no idea. Oh, boy. So I can pause the game. I can change a few other... No. There we go. Is it paused or not paused? I don't want to... Anyways. There we go. It's not paused. Okay. I don't know what to do. I mean, there's Animal Market. I've already bought them. Is it Animal Management? Because I have... Oh, boy. Finances, overview. What about my animals or whatever? Where's that at? I seriously don't... No! I don't know. Whoops. Exhibit management, maybe? Nope. I seriously don't know what's going on. This is exactly... Oh, animal storage. Send to the zoo. See? That wasn't so complicated.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade center, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat.
Well, I hope
I've
so.
marked the trade center's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Where? Oh. Oh, there's a
Well, as you can
nano
see,
stutter
those
there.
caretakers don't
What's going
run
on?
about. They'll move those animals to their destination
Whoa.
as fast as possible.
Don't run.
Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat. But I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health.
Rudest.
Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them
Hey, what
nice
happened to
and
the
happy.
gate here?
You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic. Basically,
You
how
don't
happy they
say,
are.
lad.
And that overall welfare
Oh,
statistic
wow,
is
that's
itself
magic right
comprised
there.
of 4 different
What's with that
areas.
hair?
Nutrition, social health, habitat, and
It's actually kind of cool. But what is that?
Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what
You
areas
just
need
click
to
on
be
them and be like,
addressed.
how you
Don't
doing?
worry if that's a lot to remember. You
It
can always
is.
check the Zoopedia for more information.
Oh, yeah, it's just so easy.
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires
Easy
a different
peasy.
type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Food trough. And a water bowl. Why am I talking like that? Angle, add to building snap. What is going on here? How do I access... Wait, what is this? I forget what this is. Damn it! Get him! Sick him, boy! Ah, I thought he was gonna attack him. Well, not really, but it still would have been funny. I don't know what this is. Is this the trough? Wouldn't you put the food in the trough instead of just having them go hog wild? Pun intended. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like I put it here, but what if I wanted to do settings? Oops. Yeah, that's the trough. Oh. Ah, okay, I see. Advanced rotate. Angle snap. Random rotation. Whoops. Okay. I'm just going through the different settings there. Move snap. Position snap. Snap placement position to existing scenery and building snap points. You know what? We're just going to place it. Obstructed. Oh, I see. Because, that's funny. Because I already placed it. The water bowl. The water bowl. Maybe we'll put it a little bit more in the shade. Like, I don't know.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in.
Roll
That bath will
around
count
in the
towards their
mud
enrichment
bath, she
welfare,
says.
Specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Holy shit, that's a big bath. Right in their food. No, that'd be disgusting. What do I do? What do I do? Let's see. Random position snap. Now let's see what that looks like. Oh, really? Well then, where's the snap? Okay, so I'm just gonna... I'm sorry, taking forever here. Very picky as to where it could be placed. I was gonna place it like around here, but it's obstructed. What if we placed it like right around there?
Oh, nice work.
You
You've
don't
got a
say.
knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
I don't want to deal with that. That's right. Fill that water bowl. What if I wanted to move that? Can I just click it? Is that a special vacuum? Wow, he just stuck that in his rectum. Let's see here. What if I wanted to... No. Oh, I can move it. Doesn't look like it. Move. What the hell was that? You know what? I'm not over it. Advance, move, rotate, duplicate. No. Maybe we just can't do it for the tutorial. I don't know. All right, fine, forget it. Locate the highlighted area. Where's the place that's... I almost said throbbing. I meant strobing. You know, for the lights. Now what?
Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause time for a moment.
All right, then.
That's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just
with the
make
helicopter?
sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Reach it? What am I doing? Barriers. Okay. Barriers. Oh yeah, habitat gate. She said that. Let's see. Add a habitat gate. I might as well just... How long do we want the gate? Oh, we can't change it in this case. So we're just gonna... Outside the placement area. Well, where do you want it? Like... Oh, I see it. Very... Not picky, but like... You know what I mean? Like it really... It really wants it in there. I'm taking forever. I know. I'm trying to get this to look decent.
Right. Let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
The red brick. Okay, see now. Oh no, we had these before. Let's just do the red brick. Complete the habitat. How would we do that? Well, first of all, we can select that one because it's already there. Right? And then we can do... You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Do one of these things, but this is where my OCD kicks in. Because I want everything to be, like, practically perfect. Oh, that's not good for my OCD. Not good at all. I mean, I'm trying not to get too, I'm trying to get not too. That sounds good. Oh, shite. Now, how would I keep the angle the same? You don't. You just bloody don't. Oh, it's got to go all the way there. Oh, boy. Well, what if I didn't like... Yeah, I need to edit the barrier. Whoops. I kind of do. Yeah. Oh, we can do a curve section. Delete. Well, there we go. We're just going to delete it. And then from here... It won't let me keep going further. I mean, there's the curved one, which is kind of... What's that kinda? It is cool. I'm sorry, this has taken, like, forever, but I have issues. Like, some real... serious issues. Some OCD issues, and it's not fun. It's not fun. No, we're not curving. We want it straight. This is the part, honestly, where, I don't know, set the angle when positioning new berry piece previews that are connected to instrument decrement the value determined by the slider, height snap, follow terrain, window. Yeah, I'll have to play around with that at a later date. But for now, it's just going to be one of those things where you kind of take your time with it. And then you just sort of, yeah, see what I mean?
Good work.
I mean...
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
There's probably a way to work on that, which is something that I would like, because if we look at the line here, we could see that I kind of went in, but I can edit it and kind of push it in a millimeter so that it's a little bit more flush, if that really matters, honestly. Highlight a section of barrier and then select a glass barrier part. Okay, so we'll do this one. And then what? Turn it into a window? Oh, there, glass. One-way glass. Like that. I did it. That's a section. I mean, how many of them do I have to do? I guess it must be literally the whole section. Replace a section. Again, I can read perfectly fine. I'm just a little wee bit confused here. But I'll just go with it. I mean, that's a lot of glass to be doing there. There's no way they expect me to turn the entire bloody thing into glass. That would make no sense. Swap a section of brick for glass. Well, I did. Oh. I understand now. It's literally...
There we go.
I'm an
gives
idiot.
guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo
Okay,
if they
shut
couldn't.
up.
The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Sorry, I'm trying to, like, return this to... Hold on a second, I got a pot. Well, yeah, right now I'm trying to do, like, barriers, right? And then I'm trying to reverse what I did. That's what I'm trying to do. And then barriers, you could turn that into a gate. There was a thing here, remember? Where you could just turn it to a glass? But for some reason, I can't do it. Nope. That's not it. Well, that's a real bummer. What if I wanted to change this part here? No. What if I wanted to... Barrier. Yeah, that window's no longer coming up. That's really... Maybe it's because it's the tutorial. I don't know. I'll have to look after. That is a little annoying. Donation box. I'm assuming you gotta place that outside. Whoops. Kinda... like that. What if I want to rotate it ever so slightly? How do I do that? Like, I want it... I mean, I'm not overly picky. I mean, maybe a little picky, but whatever.
Now, before we adopt our ostriches, you should unpause time. After all, if time's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches.
Yeah. You're a real comedian.
Oh, by the way, as well as pausing time, you can also speed it up. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish.
All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
Yeah, let's get 4 of them in there. But before we do, I mean, it's been a half hour. Jesus. Let me go here again. And click that. And then... that's habitat number 12. Last year. Safe. And we'll back out of that. Construction. No. Let me see if I can edit it now. Nope. I just did it earlier. I still don't understand how it's not. I've selected it. And yeah, it's just so bizarre that it just now won't let me do it. All right, well, whatever. For the time being, we're going to go to the animal market. Adopt. Send to zoo. Go back to animal market. In the storage again. Shouldn't I be able to jump to bulk actions? I guess not. And this is one of those things where you can get used to it if you play the game often.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Water trough. Yeah, this thing, remember? The setting, anyways. How do I... Okay, so they are one. But then how do you... Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not me being picky. That's like... Maybe that's where position snap comes in? Angle snap. I know I'm being very picky. I mean, that looks good. But we can't have it quite there. Maybe we'll sort of place it there. And then feeding station. Maybe we can have that around there. Some kind of food enrichment. I'm assuming the slow thingamabobber is the enrichment. It's obstructed. I bet. Well, maybe they want a little more privacy when it's slow eating.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh,
I'm not
forbid
impressed.
they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke?
He did.
Every time we get an ostrich.
Absolutely did.
So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To
I
make
was
it
actually...
easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut.
I didn't...
Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals.
Great.
So they should be placed near to the habitats.
Awesome.
To make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they
Okay.
should be looking after the animals.
I was going to say that the garbage can, I was trying to have the sign so that it'd be perfectly flush, but it spins, so I guess it didn't really matter that much. To be honest with you, this is all I'm going to do. It's a half hour, over a half hour of gameplay. And yeah, my first impression of this game is, oh my god, it's just so much better than the PC version. And it feels better. Like it really, really does. And that's putting the performance aside. Just the whole controller thing is just... Okay, what the hell did I do to deserve that? So yeah, so there you have it. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. What the hell is this? Classic Keeper Hut? Planet Zoo Keeper Hut.
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to
No,
get
I
it to
don't want that
connect
one.
up to the path.
Whatever. Alright, take care. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.